Hello students, welcome to the next topic, that is magnetic field due to current through a circular loop. We all are aware of a hose pipe that we use, right? A hose pipe is the pipe that we use for watering the plants, right? If I take that pipe and turn it in the form of a circle, what structure I obtained is that of a circular loop. Right now, if I connect one end of this circular loop to the positive terminal of a battery and the other to a negative terminal, and I complete this circuit, what will happen? Electric current will start flowing through this circuit. Now, as we know that the electric current possesses certain magnetic properties, what I have done is at two particular points on the circular loop, I have inserted a cardboard, right? One is here, the other one is here, and over that particular cardboard, I have some iron filling sprinkled. Right. So due to the magnetic properties of electric current, the iron fillings will also magnetize themselves and they will arrange themselves in particular patterns. Now, as we can see on this end and on the other end, and in fact, at every point on the circumference of the circular loop, the pattern will be in the form of concentric circles. And as the distance of these particular circular loops increases, that is, as we move towards the center of the circular loop, we see that these loops become bigger and bigger in size and they appear to be in the form of parallel line, right? So as we know that as we move towards the center, the effect of this magnetic field, it is inversely proportional to the radius, right? So as we decrease this distance, its magnetic field will increase, the strength will increase, right? So as we know, as compared to these particular points, right, at the center, the effect of the magnetic field is the maximum. Now, if I add a number of loops here, what will happen? The magnetic field strength of each loop would add up and the strength would automatically increase. That is, if with this loop, I add another loop, right? So what will happen? The magnetic field strength of this loop plus the number of loops that I add up will add up to give us the net magnetic effect, right? So now we come to the factors that affect these magnetic field lines. These magnetic field lines are affected by the radius of the loop. That is, we represent the magnetic field strength by capital B. This is inversely proportional to radius. Smaller the radius, greater the magnetic field strength, or smaller the distance, greater the magnetic field strength. Larger the distance, lesser the magnetic field strength, right? Also, strength of current. If I increase the amount of current, what will happen? If I increase the amount of current, the magnetic field strength will also go on increasing. And if I change the direction of current, the direction of the magnetic field will also change. Another factor it depends is on the number of loops. So if I increase these number of loops, circular loops, what will happen? The magnetic field strength would continuously increase, right? So related to this, we are going to you are going to study activity 13.6 and also follow diagrams 13.8 and 13.9, right? Next topic that we are going to discuss is magnetic field due to current through a solenoid. Now remember, even in this case, in case of a circular loop also, the direction of the magnetic field can be identified with the right hand thumb rule, the Maxwell's corkscrew rule, which we had discussed in the previous class. So whether it's a straight conductor, it's a circular loop or a solenoid, we'll be discussing the direction of magnetic field with the help of right hand thumb rule, right? Next we come to magnetic field due to current through a solenoid, right? Now what is a solenoid? You all must have seen on your fences, right? Usually you can see it over the fence, like on the wall, you can see a structure of wire in this particular form, right? This particular form is known as the solenoid. So what is a solenoid? It's a helical shaped coil of many circular turns of insulated copper wire wrapped closely in the form of a cylindrical shape. So what is it? We take a number of turns like this, right? This particular shape is known as the helical shape. These particular loops are of insulated copper wire, right? They do not touch, they are insulated, the turns are insulated from one another such that they give you a shape of a closed cylinder. They are turned in such a manner, right? Now, as we complete the circuit, what do we observe? That we have the north pole and the south pole of the solenoid. The magnetic field pattern will be in the form of closed loops, but inside the solenoid, it will be in the form of parallel lines. And remember, along every point on this parallel line, the magnetic field strength remains the constant. So parallel line indicates uniform magnetic field, right? And as we move towards the end, this magnetic field strength continuously decreases, right? So towards the end, the magnetic field strength comparatively decreases, right? So solenoid has a property because of its uniform magnetic field. If I place a soft iron piece inside the solenoid, what will happen? The properties of the solenoid, current carrying solenoid, will magnetize that iron coil, right? So that particular iron piece of iron, when it gets magnetized, when it possesses some magnetic properties, that particular magnet is known as an electromagnet, right? So that electromagnet will show the magnetic properties only when current is flowing through it. Once we stop the electric current, what will happen? The magnetic properties will also vanish. They will also disappear. So what will happen is that electromagnet will lose its magnetic effect. So electromagnet is also known as a temporary magnet, right? So students, this is all about a solenoid, right? So what is it? It's a helical shaped coil of many turns of insulated copper wire, closely wrapped, right? What is the pattern of the magnetic field? It is in the form of parallel lines indicating uniform magnetic field inside the solenoid. And this property of a solenoid of uniform magnetic field, it helps in magnetizing a soft iron piece, and that particular soft iron piece, when it exhibits magnetic properties, is known as an electromagnet, and that electromagnet shows magnetic properties only when current is flowing through the circuit. Once the current stops flowing, the magnet will demagnetize itself. It will lose its magnetic effect, right? That's why an electromagnet is known as a temporary magnet, whereas a bar magnet is known as a permanent magnet, right? With this, we'll discuss the blue box questions on page number 229, right? So we have the very first blue box question, that is, consider a circular loop of wire lying in the plane. Let the current pass through it in the clockwise direction. So let the current flow through this particular loop in the clockwise direction. This will be a clockwise direction, right? We have to identify the direction of magnetic field inside and outside the loop, right? So inside the loop, right, we'll be taking this particular part as inside the loop and this particular part as outside the loop. Why? Because this circular loop is lying perpendicular to this paper, right? So it's perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Okay, so this particular loop, once we start, what does the right hand thumb rule states? The thumb gives the direction of electric current. So if I say inside, now as you can see, inside the current is flowing in which direction? In this particular direction. So what will be the direction of the magnetic field? It will be above the paper. That is, it will be towards the upward side from the paper, right? And if I say the outside part, that is, as you can see, the magnetic the current is flowing in this particular direction outside, right? So what will be the direction of magnetic field? It will be towards the plane of the paper, right? So as we know, this is lying, just imagine the circular loop is lying on this particular plane. So inside it will be, the magnetic field direction would be upwards, and if I see in this particular direction, the direction of the magnetic field would be downwards, right? Second, the magnetic field in a given region is uniform. Draw a diagram to represent it, right? So we'll be drawing these two diagrams for solenoid to show uniform magnetic field, right? So uniform magnetic field exists in case of solenoid in the form of parallel lines. So we can show it with the help of these two diagrams. Is that clear? Next we have, choose the correct option. The magnetic field inside a long straight solenoid carrying current is the same at all the points. I told you inside the solenoid, the pattern of the magnetic field lines is parallel, and that parallel lines indicates that at every point inside, the magnetic field strength is the same. So we choose that the magnetic field inside a long straight solenoid carrying current is same at all the points. I hope it is clear, students. Please do the blue box question, complete the blue box question till page number 230 until we meet up in the next class. Thank you so much.